turn around. Make one false move, and I will take you down. Get back. You don't slow me like that. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. We are
Be the Anomaly.
I was going to say in paradise, but we are Be the Anomaly as well. And, you know, it's a beautiful sunset vibe. And we have some wisdom to bestow upon your ears.
Some wisdom.
Yes.
Wisdom.
So, the topic for today is going to be something that is very near and dear to our way of life. How would you like to describe what the topic for today is?
Today's topic. Should I say what it is? Or just jump? Okay, go. Today's topic is fluidity. So, fluidity. For me, fluidity means bending but not breaking, constantly moving without being pushed or pulled, being able to move through different things, through different forms of matter. So something heavy or something, something very thick, maybe something metal, being able to still flow through those things, flow through anything that comes my way.
That's
Trying to remain fluid, like water.
actuals. And I'm sitting here trying to find this excerpt that I wrote, wherever it may be.
Come on, man. Fluidity. Fluidity is the basis of the mind. When faced with a rock or some other thing going against the flow, the mind will move around it or find a way to move the obstacle at hand. Fluidity is the basis of the heart. Like a wave, we can crash with smooth grace or violently touch the shore like a light peck on the cheek. Fluidity can be hard or soft, controlled or chaotic, a serene flowing river or deadly rapids. Fluid is the heart. Fluid is the mind. Be careful the way you think and feel. The waters can bring debris or take away established footing. Be fluid.
This guy. So yes, fluidity is, I would say, a prerequisite to being able to master your way through circumstances without having to put in so much effort, without having to strain yourself always. There is a flow to life, and the one element that is within all life that we know is water.
Water.
It's within us, it's within you, it's within everything. And without it, nothing would be able to sustain itself. And water in itself has memory. It has a way of absorbing the things that it comes across. But what we do as human beings is we prolong that absorption. We prolong the attachment to things. We don't just allow ourselves to just like flow past them, like even if it is some emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Some emotional damage. Usually that takes us, through a detour of life, ruining our trajectory, or, in some cases, it's actually what we need, the lessons that we need to understand to learn how to be more fluid.
Oh, yeah.
So, what would you say is something that has either happened to you or an example of a time when you practiced fluidity to, coast through life rather than let the rapids just keep rocking you?
I'll say every job I've ever had.
Every job.
Every single one.
I feel that.
Pretty much my jobs were customer service based. So
Dealing with a lot of people.
exactly. So when you're dealing with a lot of people, you get a lot of different energies and a lot of different characters. And, they might treat you certain ways and whatever the case may be. But just staying home, not staying home actually as in where you sleep, but staying home, staying centered, staying calm, staying in my oasis without letting the influences of all of the customers and all of the guests and of all those people, all those things, not letting them get to me. Staying in an ovum.
If
Having
y'all don't
that.
know what an ovum is, that is a eggshell, a casing, an energy that is an orb, a portal that encompasses your body. All right. So,
Yeah.
yes. And just to touch on that, the fluidity that even you're talking about, you mentioned it briefly, but it has a key, and the key is solitude.
Ooh.
The key of solitude is something that most people in this modern world avoid at all costs, because all we have are these devices and everything that keep telling us that we need to be connected to everyone at all times. And if we're not, then we're missing out on something.
Yeah.
When actually what we are missing out on is flowing, is the flow state of being you, of being your authentic self. But how are you going to be your authentic self if you've never known a few moments of having your own fluid thoughts? They're never going to be fluid if they're never your own.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of people, I would say, they aren't comfortable with being alone. Like, they've gotten so used to being around so many people, so used to maybe being the center of the spotlight, maybe. But when they're alone, it's like they don't know how to act. They don't
yeah.
know what to do. It's like it's uncomfortable for them. And we know that when you're embracing the uncomfortable is when you're building.
Yeah,
But
facts.
for some people, they don't have that knowledge of, like maybe I should sit with this and learn and take this really in. That's not the case for everyone.
That notion of the pain equals gain should definitely be embodied in everything. Now, don't go out there and just seek pain and think that you're going to become strong. That's
Beat
not
me.
Yeah, no, don't do that. That's not what we're saying. But if you're going to go for a goal or go for a greater version of self, if that's what you're trying to go for, if you're trying to be the anomaly, you're gonna have to focus on the painful things that bring you fear. But on the other side of that, usually you feel very good about yourself. Usually you feel very accomplished that you overcame that choice of comfort over growth. And that's how you really start to begin to flow through life, when you feel the progression, when you have the sense of, I'm doing these things and they're moving me in this direction. When you're not doing that, then that's when you become stale water.
Stagnant.
You're stuck.
Ugh.
Like you're in a plastic bottle. Like that's the stale water. It's the water that's not alive. Yes, it resembles all the other kind of water, but the water in the river and the ocean is much more alive than that water. There's a lot more electric charge to it. And it's the same thing with human beings. We are electrical beings. So we must keep momentum. We must keep moving. We must keep flowing.
Remaining fluid at all times.
Facts. So another question is, what is challenging about being fluid? Like, where do you think most people run into the biggest obstacles of being fluid, and how might they mitigate those things?
Patience. A lot of people will, they're like, yeah, this is day one. I'm gonna be fluid. And the first person that comes by and says something that they don't like, maybe it might rough you just a little bit, and you're still trying to stay centered. And then another person, and it just gets trying, and eventually
you burst.
Exactly. And to mitigate this, I would say, take your time, man. Just take your time. Like, you can't climb a mountain in like in one. Well, you can climb a mountain in one day.
But maybe not one step.
In one step, there we go. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't climb in one step. So it takes time. So don't beat yourself up. Don't take out that the frustrations of not getting it right the first go around. Don't let that derail you. So keep at it.
Facts.
And as you continue at it and become consistent with it, then it becomes a guideline in your life. It becomes a part of your framework. Once it's a part of your framework, all you have to do is just keep existing.
Nice. And then you just are the being that flows.
Exactly.
You don't have to strive to start flowing.
Exactly.
All right, let me check the cameras real quick.
Check. Testing the equipment. There's no sun, so we're gonna run.
When you want to practice fluidity, there is also a easy way to make that easy. Is if you're constantly in environments that are restrictive, if you're constantly just stuck in what I like to call the dark cube,
Ooh, the dark
which
cube.
is, your room, your apartment, your whatever it is, with the curtains closed, and you don't leave, and the air conditioning's on, and you don't have no fresh air. There
Huffing
is
that
no
AC.
Exactly, huffing on the AC. You don't have no nature connection, which is literally what you are. You're a part of nature. So you need that. And a part of that fluidity is coming out into nature, assimilating yourself with earth, since this is your home. This is where you live. The water that you need to drink in order to live comes from the earth. It doesn't come from inside the pipes. Like, that's, somebody just made that convenient for you. And right now we're enjoying a very nice, beautiful sunset. You can't really see it, but yeah, maybe another time. But this is part of the reason why we can stay fluid in our thinking. We can say and come up with these things and ways of speaking to help you and ourselves just fresh off the dome, because we are in a fluid mental environment.
Facts.
And the only way that is possible is by being very aware of what kind of energy you're allowing yourself to remain in. Like, your energy should flow. And that doesn't mean that you don't ever feel sad. You don't ever feel angry. You don't ever have these emotions that can be labeled as bad. It's just the fact that you are like a wave. You wave through them. So when it's euphoria and it's like bliss and magic and everything is happening, you don't get caught up on that, like, oh wow, I just wish this moment would last forever, and I don't ever want to go to any of those other moments, because then when those other moments come, you're gonna be real upset. You're gonna not be fluid. So how do you go about doing that? Keep staying
fluid.
Through the waves of emotion.
Understanding that every emotion can be used in either a positive way or a negative way. And I try to keep it positive as much as I can. And if you take anger, instead of being angry, or if you're still angry, but choosing an outlet for the anger. So choosing an outlet for every emotion. If you can find an outlet that works for whatever the emotion is, then you'll be fine, because honestly that's like a battery. That's one way to just help you remain fluid, because then if you have a positive way to use every emotion, then that's only going to be more water, more flow. And when you can flow with every emotion, then you've embodied fluidity as a whole.
And I find that's very powerful even in loss. Like, many people are going through right now a lot of dark nights of the soul, because many people's loved ones are passing on, and that is something that is crushing for many people. It's to the point where most people, if somebody very close to them, or I mean even slightly distant from them, but they know them and have known them for a while, was to pass away, every part of their life would now take a back seat for a while, because they would need to recover, which is, understandable. Get through the emotion, take it in, absorb it fully, be aware, but don't judge yourself, one, for feeling them, and then number two, realize that all energy is never destroyed. It is only transformed.
For sure.
So any being that has passed on, let's clarify that death is not the end. Death is a
Facts.
transformation.
Facts.
And now exactly what that transformation is, that's not for us to put into words, because you wouldn't be able to understand it from these finite words anyway.
Facts.
So
Facts.
with that, it's like even the act of celebrating somebody's life rather than,
Honing in on their death.
exactly. And that's what the world has gotten very used to, is honing in on the negative, way more than like, let's speak about what this person gave us. Let's speak about the beautiful times we had with this person. That's how you stay fluid. You're able to change your perspective to the most advantageous one, rather than, okay, there's this scenario that just happened to me and I have the choice of focusing on the negative effects or the positive effects. What is focusing the negative effects going to do to me? Nothing positive. So so why?
Yeah.
Like
That is a great way to think about it, for sure. Yeah. You have to choose peace.
Facts.
Like, peace is a choice. I'm gonna, as they say, die on this hill. Like, peace is a choice. No matter what you go through, no matter when you're going through it, you can always choose peace. Always.
And maybe that's a good thing to wrap it all up, is choose peace. The way to really be fluid is when you see the water, it always finds a way to come back to stillness. It always finds a way, no matter how rapid, if it's a waterfall, there's always a way that the water falling from the top of the peaks of the mountain will end up in the still pond, or the serene river, or the calm ocean. And then it'll turn into a very wild ocean, very wild, rapid river, maybe a murky, dirty pond. Like,
Damn.
but either way, it's like the water is still circulating through the earth, and every amount of water is still important, because it is flowing, because it has a direction. It's not just stuck. So if you're feeling stagnant, if you're feeling like you don't know where to go or what's happening in life,
Help me.
you're a little aimless, find a way to flow in the smallest step possible first. Just get to the point where, okay, how can I create a little bit of momentum, rather than just thinking over the fact that, I'm stuck. Because all you're doing is solidifying that reality.
Yeah. A little momentum goes a long way.
Facts.
Like, honestly, that's a tsunami starts out as a ripple. Like,
So you could become a tsunami,
you can become a tsunami.
and it doesn't have to start off where you're the biggest wave out there. It's just the consistency. It's just the every time that something comes and tries to yoink your piece away from you, what are you going to do about that? Like, are you going to try to retaliate with revenge and now basically expand yourself more into that negative energy? Or are you going to sit back and think, my energy is important. My focus is important. My talents and my gifts that I could give this world are important. So maybe I should just become still, sit in the peace, and think more about what it is I need to be doing with these precious moments that I have here in life.
Facts.
Choose peace
Choose peace.
and be the anomaly.
Always.
And outro. I am Kai.
Hi,
This is
Kai. I'm Chop.
hello. And yeah, this is us out. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Peace. Peace. Easy peasy?
See.
Easy peasy.